Restaurant Unstoppable. What the most successful restaurateurs know that you don't. I love that you started with a pop-up, a once a month. And what was going through your mind? Why did you take that approach?
Well, we were both doing other things at the time, and I wasn't sure how we were going to work together. I knew him as a friend, but I wasn't sure about his work ethic. I'd eaten his food. I knew that it was good, but I didn't know how good.
You're dating at this point, right?
Yeah,
More
totally.
or less,
And not knowing what the future held. We just wanted to do something cool. Like, I get bored very easily.
That wasn't literal, by the way. You guys weren't actually dating. But
no,
what I meant by
his
that
wife's
is,
name is also Rachel, though, and so we always laugh because there's been people along the way. They're like, "Yeah, your husband Jeff," and Jeff and I just die laughing because if you knew us at all, you know that we'd never date or be married. But yeah, so anyway, but yeah, the pop-ups were the new cool thing. You know, they were the hidden dinners and the emails, and so that's kind of what we did. We created Project Slurp. Found a space, a really cool intellectual property law firm here in town that handles all of our work now for us. But they had a really cool space. They let us use it for free. But we did these ticketed ramen dinners where ramen was the star of the show. He would do different types of ramen each time. And he did it was like a 5-course dinner. And I would pair 5 cocktails. And so word got out pretty quickly that you got real wasted. We had to start doing like a disclaimer sort of at the beginning, which is like, give me your keys. Yeah. Or because I couldn't, and I learned a lot throughout that process about, how to make some of the drinks smaller, but I was just making full-size cocktails because I wanted people to see the value in their money.
Yeah, but what are the benefits of what you're doing right now?
Oh, man. So when we were doing the pop-up, though, I got to test music.
Yep.
I got to test staff.
Yep.
I got to test drink ideas, what do people like, not like, timing, mostly my working relationship with Jeff.
Yes.
And so I recommend to a lot of people if they can, and I know it's not always possible, but you've really got to know who you're getting in bed with, right? And even from a business standpoint, same thing.
Yeah, so. and if I can stack on top of that, you're also creating buzz, with a very minimal overhead. And you're creating relationships, not just with your business partners, but with all the people who love ramen in the city. And that's like, if you can collect that data early on, if you can start an email list, like when they sign up, when they buy a ticket, you can get their email.
Totally.
Hey, guess what? We found a location. Like now it's all about relationships, and you can start building those relationships now by hosting a once a month pop-up, you know, and like you pointed out, and I have to put emphasis on it, your data research or market research, right? And you're tweaking your recipes and learning about what works best, It's so powerful.
And even at that time, like there was only one ramen shop in Oklahoma. One, and it was in Oklahoma City. It still is, and they do a different style of ramen than we do. But when you talk about that unique part, and when you talk about bringing the other parts of what we love into it, it's a place I want to hang out at. It's forward thinking. It's late night dining, which we just didn't have. And so we heard about a space that was for rent before anyone else knew about it. It was in the Plaza District, which we'd already had success with Empire. And so this was in late 2015, early 2016. Empire was about 2 years old at that time. And it was a perfect space for a little ramen shop. And that little ramen shop became like the ramen shop that could. It was 1,600 square feet. The patio was rarely ever used because...
That was in the Plaza District too,
yeah,
right?
It's on the opposite end of the street, and now has become our hybrid service Asian American fried chicken shop. Japanese style wings.
Gotcha. I'm headed there next.
Yeah, awesome. So but that was Goro, and Goro was there until COVID, and then we pulled some, we had to make some really crazy decisions. Like that place was super successful from a financial standpoint. Everyone knew where it was. I never would have moved it, but we had to come up with a creative solution to save ourselves in the other restaurant that we had in the Paseo district that was no longer going to work anymore.